In this video, I will be sharing everything that I used the last 4 weeks to help me recover from my C-section, and I believe these are the essentials that you need during your recovery as well. An enema. Yes, you heard me right. After your C-section, it's gonna hurt to poop. I did an enema 3 to 4 days after surgery because I couldn't poop and I just had so much gas and so much pressure. It was the best decision ever because everything just came out. I felt good. I felt more comfortable. Not only was it less painful as my first poop, all the poops after that one were even easier. Disposable mesh underwear. They are the most comfortable, especially post C-section. I originally got diapers and I prepared to have a vaginal birth. I noticed that when I wore the diapers, it touched my incision. And I didn't want nothing touching my incision. I just felt uncomfortable and weird and it didn't feel good. But having these disposable mesh underwear, they were so comfortable and I didn't feel like I even had underwear on. They didn't touch my incision. They were high-waisted, breathable. I just felt good in them. A little tip and advice, something that I did is I asked both the day nurse and the night shift nurse for a few pairs of these mesh disposable underwears. They gave me a good handful of them so I can store them and hide them in my bag and take them home so I have a supply of them while I'm recovering at home. You can also buy these mesh disposable underwears on Amazon. Any link that I will be mentioning in this video will be down below in the description so you guys can check that out. Of course, having pads is a no-brainer. It's a must. You're gonna bleed. You're gonna bleed a lot and you're gonna bleed for a few weeks depending on your body. These are the pads that I use. Personally, like Natural Care, these pads are a preference. I wanted organic cotton pad. You can obviously use any type of pad that you feel comfortable with. In the beginning, the first week of postpartum, I used it overnight because they absorb very, very well and I was bleeding a lot. They were able to handle it. And then by the second week and third week, I used regular pads. And then now by my fourth week, I'm using petite pads where it doesn't absorb as much because I'm not bleeding as much. Now, the next item that I used every single day was a peri bottle. Not only did I steal a peri bottle from the hospital, and technically it's not stealing because they are more than happy to give you all of these things. I also purchased Rita Mom's peri bottle. I think it's good to have multiple peri bottles if you have multiple bathrooms in your house, depending on how much you're moving and where you're couch potatoing during your recovery. Frida Mom peri bottle is really good if you are alone and you don't really have someone there to help aid you and support you and clean you. Like I had my husband, so the hospital one was pretty good. I didn't mind it. But then once I started doing things alone, the Frida Mom peri bottle came in clutch because it has that angle shape so you're able to get in there, and I could not live without this item. It is a reach grabber tool. Having a C-section where you can't move a lot, you can't bend over, you can't grab things. I felt like this just made me feel more independent post C-section. I felt good. Like mentally I felt good because I was still able to pick up my underwear or pick up my pants or, oh my god, I dropped something. Nobody's here to help me. Let me use my grabber tool and pick it up. I'm gonna insert a demonstration of me using it just because I think this is so helpful. Again, if you don't have a spouse or if you don't really have support post C-section, it could bum you out because you can't do much. You're kind of just like there. This kind of made me feel very, very good. Comfy PJs and robe. Having 2 pairs of these robes and 2 pairs of the PJs and 2 pairs of these comfy fuzzy robes was essential. That was all I was wearing. It was easy to breastfeed in a robe. It was comfortable. It was loose. It didn't touch my incision. It wasn't tight. It wasn't restraining. And not only did it keep me warm, but if I didn't want to wear the fuzzy robe, I had the cotton robe. It was my wardrobe for the past 2.5 weeks of recovery. These things were a must-have when it comes to apparel and feeling comfortable. Okay, so this is something that I purchased after I got home from the hospital. While I was at the hospital and at home, my legs were swollen. So during my pregnancy, I didn't have any swelling, but after C-section, after birth, my legs and my toes were so swollen, they were so painful. And this is completely normal. Compression socks help to get the blood flow going back and forth. Once I put on the compression socks when I got home, it was so good. I literally wore them for 3 days. My legs and my feet went back to normal size. And I looked at myself and I was like, oh my God, What are these legs? So compression socks are a must-have. Another thing that was really helpful is a baby bump pillow. Not only did I use this throughout my pregnancy to help me sleep better and to be comfortable to have support on my bump and my back, I used this while I was in the hospital recovering during my C-section. With the hospital beds, when they go like up, like there's no support for my lower back. I was super uncomfortable. It was hard for me to get up after the surgery. But the baby bump, the way it's made, it helps support my back and made me feel comfortable, and I was able to sleep better through the night while I was in the hospital. When you give birth, you still have a bump while your uterus is shrinking. This pregnancy pillow became my post-pregnancy savior. When I was able to start laying on my side, it just provided that extra support to my back and to my front because it still had a little bit of a bump. If you are interested in purchasing one, I do have a code that you can use in the description down below. You get 10% off. Yay, baby bump. Drinking a lot of dark leafy green juice and beet juice. After a C-section, you lose a lot of blood. I personally don't do blood transfusions. The way I was able to bring up my iron levels to normalize back to a stable level by drinking a lot of dark leafy greens and a lot of beet juice daily. Also helps so much with your recovery. Once your levels start to stabilize and go back to normal, you feel so much better. I felt such a difference. On top of also supplementing with iron pills and drinking orange juice while I take the iron pills to absorb them better. All of these things that I've mentioned are very important for recovery, but I think one of the most important things really helped my recovery is having a support system. It's not a thing, it's people. Whether it's your spouse helping you, or it's your mother or sister or brother or friends or family, it is crucial to have that support. It's such a big life-changing thing. Not only are you here trying to recover from a C-section, but also you have a brand new baby that you have to take care of, have to feed, and having some of those things off your plate, like what is gonna be my next meal, or who's gonna do my laundry, or will this baby get fed? What if I need to go refrigerate the bottle and it's downstairs but I'm upstairs and I can't walk? Or who's gonna help me take a shower? Who's gonna be there when I need help putting on my socks because I can't bend over, or my shoes? And I truly believe that if I didn't have my family, if I didn't have my friends, I mean, I would have recovered, but would it have been so smooth? I don't think so. If there was only one thing from this list that is a must-have, and I had to pick one, it would be the support aspect. This is a really big thing. During pregnancy, before I gave birth, I read on blogs, I watched other YouTube channels, and most people said, hey, don't invite people over unless they are bringing something for you or doing something for you. I do agree with that. A vital thing that really helped me emotionally and mentally during the recovery is to socialize and be with people. Support is crucial. Mamas, do not neglect yourself, because the focus is not all on the baby, but it's also on you. So it's highly important to take care of yourself during postpartum. I remember a nurse told me, she said, I have to take care of myself and my recovery in order to take care of my baby. That is 100% true. If I was in pain, there was no way I was able to take care of this little munchkin. No way. Don't forget to subscribe, and also leave a comment down below letting me know if you had a C-section, and if you did, what were some of your essentials. All of these items that I mentioned in this video will be linked down below in the description, so you can just click and check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.